Hey guys, Brand here. And I want to take a moment and talk to you about a practice ritual that we have here at the school. And it's normally just for higher end fighting, mid-tier, I don't know, tier 3 and up, when people kind of have a grasp of what to do fighting. And it has to do with Pell. That's why we're doing it during our Pell talk time here. And we all kind of get our targeting down. You know, you see right where you want to hit, and you kind of dial in all your techniques, right? Now, I went over in another video the idea that you should work on perceiving the fight versus seeing the fight, right? And some guys have asked me, like, how do you do that? How do you develop perception versus sight? And there's many, many different ways to do that, right? Some of it's simply doing mental exercises, but one of the physical exercises you could do to help you develop kind of that 3D model of your opponent and their targets and basically their anatomy, even when you can't see it behind a shield, like even with the camera, I'm pretty far away, even with this small shield. If I get this up towards your face, how much of me can you see? So you have to still be aware that all these targets are there. So one of the important training tools that I have the guys do every now and then is I have them do Pellwork, but I have them do blind Pellwork. Now, I trust people to do it, and I'm usually standing there eyeballing them, is to do your Pellwork, run through your shots with your eyes closed, right? Seems easy. Do it. And if it's the first time you've done it, you will come to understand. There's a huge difference, right? Because normally, even though I'm looking at you guys there, the Pell, I can see its leg down here. I can see its shoulders, right? I can see its head. So my targeting computer is still running. But once I close my eyes, where is it, right? Where is the target? This is the same thing as if you're in the middle of a fight and you blinded yourself, or your opponent's blinded you, or you're moved a particular way, you can't actually see the target areas, but you kind of know they're there. So keeping your eyes closed, you'll want to line up near your Pell and just get a quick reference with your hands. You'll notice that pretty soon, as your eyes have been closed long enough, it's just like this black screen, maybe with like a little bit of light coming through, but you can't see the Pell, right? So what you want to do is you want to reach out and kind of, okay, there's the Pell. So that's barely on the Pell, right? Okay, cool. So there's my Pell. My eyes closed. I can throw my snaps. I can throw my offside head. I can throw a shoulder, right? Hopefully, right? Boom. That feels pretty low. Yeah, I guess it is. And then I can throw my offside legs. Boom. I throw my onside legs. Throw my wraps. Boom. Throw my thrusts. Thrusts are a little more difficult. Boom. You kind of got dialed it in and then figure it out. But after a while, you'll develop this, not actually, like you don't see a physical picture with your eyes. There's just this vague, I don't know, let's call it a force ghost. But it's just dark. But it's an understanding of where your target is, right? Without having your eyes open to see it. See, I can put this in the front of my face. And I can't see the Pell. So start doing some of your blind Pell work. This will teach you to not just be aware of the Pell and the target areas on the Pell on a normal human being. It'll also put you in greater connection with yourself. Like, you can't see anything. You don't have anything external to focus on. So my awareness flows down into me. I am aware of where my feet are, where this arm is, where this arm is. You know, I actually, with your eyes closed, it's so much easier to become self-aware of your entire body structure, your musculoskeletal structure, and where everything is, and how it feels in the middle of a fight. And what you do during a fight is you recreate those feelings. Instead of having to have your eyes open and focusing externally on a target, you can hit your opponent in the head, right in the temple or right in the leg, without even seeing it, right? Because you have practiced what it feels like to throw that leg shot with your eyes closed so many times, and you can run your joints and your muscles and your bones through the same process over and over again, to where you don't have to necessarily see the target to throw the shot. You don't have to see yourself throwing the shot. You feel yourself throwing the shot. Blind Pell work, it's kind of like the old Kung Fu movies, which are really cool, by the way. #1 training material, right? Is like the Kung Fu movies where they have people do blind fighting. Blind fighting is probably not a realistic thing for most mortals, but doing blind Pell work is absolutely a crucial tool for you developing more than just a visual sensory awareness of where your opponent is, the structure of human anatomy of your target, and your flow when you're throwing strikes. You can know them on a more deep internal level than just seeing yourself doing it from the external. So try some blind Pell work. As a matter of fact, for every shot you do blind Pell work. If you're trying to get down an offside wrap, at first it's really awkward to get it down to where it lands edge on every time, right? If you're throwing it and you're still kind of flubbing it and like hitting flat and whatever else, close your eyes and do it. Close your eyes and then just feel your actual hand. Feel your elbow, your hand, all the mechanics that you do, and that little turnover towards the end. Sometimes when I have my guys close their eyes and throw a shot, they throw it better than when their eyes are open, because the visual cues in the middle of the shot, they're trying to adjust midstream based off of what they see. And they're kind of over adjusting, overcompensating, and the shots are off. They close their eyes and they just feel how it should feel. And that feeling actually is quicker for your mind to program a feeling like that than it is to program the external video into a repeatable action. Basically, you can learn faster. So, in other words, every now and then, close your eyes, use the force, do all of your Pell shots, do your Pell work, and you will notice a huge difference in the way you perceive not just your opponent and their target areas without seeing them, but you'll also notice a huge difference in how connected you are to yourself, your own body, your own physiology, and understanding that, wow, I can actually throw that shot or land that thrust without even looking. And that is pretty damn rewarding. Alrighty, guys, catch you on the next video.